Welcome back to the Own Your Eating podcast. I'm Jason, along with...
I'm Roz.
In case they didn't know, if you're listening to this podcast and you didn't realize who was on it, I would question how you found.
Yeah.
We've done some good hashtags if you accidentally stumbled upon this podcast.
Yeah, so hopefully you know who we are.
So it's December 28th. For a lot of you, that means we've overindulged.
Yeah, Christmas is been and gone. There's probably still holiday foods in your fridge, though, I bet.
Well, I know at my parents, we got into a major fight with my mom this morning
because the fridge and the freezer are too full. We're not eating enough.
And trying to make sense. Hey, Mom, it could be worse. We could have no food. This is not the way to handle a stressed out Jewish mom.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, I blame you, Jay. I mean, seriously, could you have picked a worse time to have a stomach bug?
In fairness, it was your mango chunks that set her over the edge.
Which, FYI, I had purchased for you 3 months ago when you were on one of your smoothie cleansing boosts that you wanted to do.
I still do my smoothies.
And lo and behold, the mango chunks remained in the freezer for the last 3 months.
They're almost done.
There's one pack left, I think.
No. But that pack is almost finished.
Right. But how long do your cleanses typically last?
First of all, stop saying cleanse. I'm not on a cleanse.
All right, your little health kicks.
No, because now you're making me seem like a hypocrite.
No.
Yeah, they're not health kicks or cleanses. You know there are times where I try to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
I don't consider them a cleanse. I feel like I'm healthy 24/7, 365. Hashtag.
I mean, it's debatable, but we don't have to get into
No, wait, let's talk about it. So,
you typically come back from traveling, or I think it was when we got back from the road trip.
It was.
Like, okay, I'm going to have smoothies every day.
Well, that was because of Inside Tracker. I found foods I needed to eat more.
Right, and it's easy, in case you don't know, like smoothies are a great way to get in a ton of really good quality food.
Right, I was throwing in frozen fruit, vegetables, oats,
right,
my protein powder, etc.
Yeah.
And I still do that regularly, but I just, for some reason, had overlooked those mango chunks because everything else is gone.
Okay.
And more recently, again, after a lot of travel, I started to do my smoothies. You know I like to eat real food, so I'm not a huge smoothie person, but I have found, like you said, that's a good way to get in a ton of fruits and vegetables and other good quality foods.
Right.
Not to mention, it just tastes good. I throw some peanut butter in there, throw my Paleo Ethics beef serum protein powder in there.
Yeah, that stuff is delicious. So what's regularly for you? What's your goal for your number of smoothies that you want to have a week?
I mean, I would like to have a smoothie a day, but the problem was we're staying at my parents' right now, and I'm just out of my routine. Even when I was home last week, when we were home, I was making a smoothie every day again.
Yeah. I
like to do that one. So in an ideal day, in case the listeners are worried about me, I would...
He doesn't have scurvy. We did think he might at one point.
No, I'd come home from the box, from our workout. Sometimes what the recent pattern was, you would drop me off and go to yoga, in which case I would make myself this smoothie to hold me over until dinner time.
Gotcha.
So that's what I was doing. But staying at my mom's, I just got out of my routine.
Right.
Okay, and let's tell the listeners, I had the Demigorgon inside of my stomach from Stranger Things. The Demi-Dog. So I came back from Greece last week, and you were trying to get me to go to the ER.
Not the ER.
Well,
trying to get you to go see a doctor.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a doctor that I would normally go to, so it was like urgent care.
Right.
So I came back from Greece over a week ago now, last Monday, and even while I was in Greece, I was getting intense stomach pains. Mm-hmm. Like, major pain. Like, would you agree I have a pretty decent pain tolerance?
For a man.
What does that mean?
I mean, it depends on the circumstances. But yeah, you're very high pain tolerance, babe.
No, and now you're just
Very
saying
macho.
that. But I don't whine about stuff. So, do you
Carry on.
No.
Keep talking.
So
Not
when
making any statements.
you knew something was wrong, like I would literally be laying on the couch in pain.
Yeah, well, I know something's up with you when you don't want to eat food.
Yeah, because every time I ate, something was going on. It was like Pavlov. Like I was eat pain, so let's stop eating. So what happened was, again, I was like, okay, and I'm just filling the listeners in on where we are today. You made me stop eating, foods I like.
I didn't make you. I recommended and suggested that you perhaps don't eat pizza every day.
Well, the pizza
dairy seemed to be really antagonizing. I mean, I think anything was really bothering
Anything
you.
was bad. That pizza did set me off.
Yes, cheese in particular or dairy did not seem to be going down well.
Well, when I was in Greece, that last day I had like 2 heroes. We went out to basically the Greece or Greek version of Chipotle, and that night, I was only going to get like 3 hours of sleep anyway because I had to get up so early for my flight, but I was basically up all night.
Right, but we don't even know that it was the food.
We don't know what it was.
Could have been the water.
I was drinking the Greek water.
Greek water.
And so the whole flight home, which took over 25 hours, I basically didn't eat because I was worried about basically pooping my pants in the middle seat on Air France. So anyway, then I got home and wanted some pizza, and that hurt. So since last Wednesday, right?
I don't know what date that was, but whenever you got home, wasn't that Monday?
Well, that was Monday, but then it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even Thursday, where it's like, okay, I'm going to cut out bad foods.
Yeah.
And, it's hard to say whether it was that or whether whatever was in me kind of worked its way through.
Well, not only did you really cut out any processed food, but you also started taking a probiotic and a digestive enzyme, and that seemed to help too.
Speaking of, I forgot to take my probiotic this morning.
Oh, Jay.
I'll go back and grab one. But anyway, I've been eating quote unquote clean for the last week. Still hitting my numbers. Mm-hmm. Actually, what I've learned is, and I've done spurts like this before, but it's challenging to get my food in.
Yeah.
And in a good way, like not like I'm like, oh no, this is too much food. I love it, but man, when you eat better, I would say quality, obviously fruits, vegetables, etc., you get a whole lot more food.
Oh yeah, you're having a ton of rice and potatoes and veggies.
Oh yeah, the other night I had
balls.
400 grams of potatoes. Last night I had 200 grams of rice. So it's like, and I will say I feel great. My performance at the box at North Naples CrossFit has been top notch.
So anyway, going back to me accusing you of going on some kind of cleanse, really what I was meaning was that you were just doing a little bit of a detox, which I think is great for, anyone.
I agree.
Especially this time of year, you don't need to commit yourself to some 30-day no sugar thing, but it can definitely be beneficial. Give your body 7 days, a few days even, of just, pure, unadulterated, clean, whole foods. No processed.
I agree. I think it's always a good idea to cut some junk out.
Particularly if you're having some digestive issues.
Yeah, and especially like you said, for some people, especially in the cold climate, it's like we see all of our friends and family battling illnesses. Like,
yeah, it's a
good way to deal with that.
Definitely, having a little bit of a detox can really just help your immune system recover, and just give your body that little recovery it needs.
But I've been pretty good about it.
Yeah, and then the last couple of days you've been great, right?
Yeah, and you've said my normal allergies are appearing to be a little better as well.
Yeah, because that was the other thing I noticed when all of this stomach stuff was going on. Your skin started to have like allergic reactions.
Yeah, my face was all...
It's like breaking out all blotchy.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because somebody had posted in the tribe about psoriasis, and I was reading all about that and inflammation and autoimmune diseases. I've got a blog post coming out soon about some anti-inflammatory supplements that you can add to your life if you do suffer from those kinds of things. But so interesting how that all ties in together. Nutrition, so fundamental. Who'd have thought?
We just don't want it to turn into something where you go a little crazy, because I know for me it becomes, now I'm never going to eat junk again. and you can't be in that black and white mentality. Like, you still have to allow yourself. I know, like, for me, there's going to be this point where it's like, okay, I'm breaking this clean eating, and I'm going to have a donut, a Lion bar, you know, one of those Maltesers that Jacqueline just sent us, looking at the macros there. But, you know, you have to, it's a good opportunity for me to reassess and relearn what balance is.
Exactly.
You know, like, you're much better about it, where you have, like, you're truly more 80-20. Like, you have your snack at the end of the day, and the rest of your food is good quality. Where there are times for me where I go off on like a 50-50 or worse mentality.
Right, and I think that's just because you have more of a leeway with your numbers than I do, so I'm just more mindful of how I'm spending my macro budget on a daily basis.
But I say, like, for breakfast, you made me this huge omelet with spinach, 2 slices of Dave's bread, a bowl of oatmeal, and even a Lenny and Larry's cookie. And, you know, I'm very full, but I still have plenty of food left later. Like, that'll tide me over through the workout.
Right.
And then Mom's making some paella, supposedly macroed out.
Good luck with that.
She throws oil on everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to keep track of it.
The potato wedges the other night were glorified French fries.
They were delicious.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But in my mind, I'm like, this is no excuse, you know, and I hope what the listeners are also gaining is we're just normal people.
All right.
Like, we have a good understanding, but we live and learn every day as well. But for me, sometimes it's like, you know what? It's 5 to 10 grams of fat. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it could.
And you can also guesstimate. Like, I know you added in a little extra, you know, quick add of some fat to take account of the oil on those potatoes.
And not to use this old school mentality of, like, at least it's good fat.
Right.
But I would say when you say something like at least it's good fat, what we're really saying is it's not super high in macros. You know, versus like, hey, I added, you know, sugar where it's going to be just a crazy amount of carbs. Like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil could be 5 to 10 grams of fat, but it could be worse.
Right. It's also a good source of fat. So.
Right. Also good for your body.
Anyway,
so
that was a massive tangent from making smoothies.
Well, that's why when you say, hey, we have to have a topic for the podcast, I'm like, let's just talk.
I know. But I just wanted to come back to that train of thought because you said 2 things. One, you were out of your routine, so that made your daily smoothie making difficult. But I think also 2, now it's like you're in someone else's kitchen, so having access to a blender every day is not necessarily easy, right?
No, I mean, I think it could be easy. I know there's a blender there, but it's just you're out of your routine. My mom's countertop is a little bit different than ours. Mm-hmm. So it's just, you know, and her cabinet spacing, whatever. But yeah, I think like anything, when you're not living out of your house, you know, we've made a lot of getting used to living on the road lately, and it definitely throws you off. But I will say one thing that's really helped me, you know, we've been out of the house for a week, has been I'm hitting my numbers and I'm training regularly. Like you know, our sleep hasn't been great because my parents keep the house at about 85 degrees cool, and you know,
Africa temperature.
And so our sleep is like some nights good, some nights bad. But eating the right amount of food and training, like I feel really good, to be honest, given the circumstances.
Mm-hmm. And if there is extra freezer space, you could always make a big batch of smoothies and portion them.
No, but I will make an effort to make one tomorrow. Like today, I had that big breakfast.
Because that's been actually easy at your mom's. Like the amount of food she makes is so much that we always have leftovers. So then it's almost like this assembly line every night of us just being able to put our meals together.
The beauty of staying there has been, my mom is the best cook, I think, you know? And she makes dinner for us.
You're better than me?
No.
You better be careful.
But
who are you going to live with for the rest of your life? Me or your mom?
We'll see. We'll see. If you act up, I know I can go there and get potatoes every night.
All right.
So, but I mean, she's a great cook. It's made for us. We just, like you said, like we've had salmon the last few nights in a row, and it's so easy. Just take it out of the Tupperware, throw it on the scale. I said, Mom, can you make some rice? Boom, rice. Right. So it's like there are aspects to living there that have actually made it really easy to eat good quality foods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've had our meal prep done for us.
Yes, she's very helpful there. She doesn't quite understand macros. We'll make a couple videos about that. I've got some ideas. She thinks she understands macros.
Have fun with that.
So anyway, what we did want to talk about is, it's the 28th, a few days after the holidays. While not everyone had a stomach demon inside of them, forcing them to eat well and keep track of their food, it's a time where we have to get back on the wagon.
Right, for most people, for sure.
So
I think I probably need to as well. I mean, I've been a little bit sloppy with my numbers.
Have you been?
Well, like you say, it's difficult when you're out of your house, you're not in your routine. Not to mention, your mom hosted Christmas Day for her friends, so there are all these extra treats in the house. So
I haven't had any.
Well, you haven't been able to eat them, but they're treats that don't have barcodes, so I've been like, that'll probably do with some macros.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's why you've been sneaking downstairs.
Well, there's chocolate circular things with peppermint on them. I have no idea what the macros are.
So what are you tracking them as?
I just make something up.
Gotcha. Well, for a lot of people, it's time to get back on. And we've got something cool coming out. We've got a 100-day New Year, New You transformation.
Yeah, coming out in January.
We're not going to put too much out there because, to be honest, we're still working on the behind the scenes of it. But it's going to be really great as far as interacting with everyone. There's going to be weekly phone calls.
Yeah, this is for anyone who's been looking for accountability and for something to really kind of kickstart their good nutrition habits once again, then this is going to be great for that. I mean, it's 14 weeks. Every week there's going to be a specific theme that we help guide you through to kind of really just keep you focused and motivated. I'm excited for it.
We're really excited for it. That's not an excuse to wait until then, but...
No, get a head start for sure.
Get a head start. Reach out to us. Hopefully you took advantage of some of the holiday specials that we had out there. And you know that we're always here for you. You can reach out anytime you want in the tribe.
For sure.
You can reach out to us via email, contact@onyoureating.com. We're always here for you guys to help. But this new transformation is going to be really awesome, and we're really excited about it. We've got a couple other cool things that we're starting to roll out in the new year.
Yeah.
You've got something special coming out that you worked really hard on.
Fingers crossed. I'm still working.
You got two things, really.
Yeah. Well, they all kind of interweb and connect in some way. But yes, they're coming.
Cool. Well, anyway, anything else you wanted to add for today's podcast?
No, I'm excited. The sun's finally come out.
The sun's coming out. We're going
to get on top of my recovery. I had a great massage last night at Massage Envy.
Yeah.
Thank you, hubby, for the Christmas gift.
That's right. That's what I do.
My subscription.
That's right.
But, Massage Envy in Naples. I had a great, what was his name? Great masseuse. Gaia, I think his name was. Anyone in the local area, recommend.
Check him out.
Yeah.
Check him out. You've been, as far as recovery, you've been hitting yoga more often?
Yeah, I've been trying to get to yoga as often as possible, and that's definitely been helping. Still have a lot of tightness in my back that I suffered with through our road trip. The car does not agree with me. So.
Cars and planes do not agree with me.
Right. But the yoga's been great.
I think that's been something we've realized. Like, we train, for those of you that go to a CrossFit as well, we train hard. We go to the workout every day. We throw down with as much intensity as we can. But we've been really focusing on our recovery, whether it's you getting massages. I personally try to use my stim almost every day. We've got the new wireless stim coming out soon. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. And
so cool.
I use my Leopard Claw every night. And then when I'm good, Roz uses it on me. So if you haven't already checked out the Leopard Claw.
Not in the way it's supposed to be used.
If you haven't already checked out the Leopard Claw, check it out. That's my friend Troy's product, and he's really proud of it. It's great for injuries, for recovery, for repair, for all that good stuff.
Yeah, I love that you can really use that on any part. Like your forearms is typically such a difficult place to really stimulate the blood flow, and that just gets right in there. I love it, especially after a WOD yesterday, grip tonight. That was a tough one.
Ooh, that was great. Yeah, forearms, for me, it's like shoulders, thighs, whatever I can reach, and then when I can get you to hit up the traps and scaps, that's always helpful. So check them out over at Leopard Claw. All right, we promise to keep this episode short and sweet, to the point, because you guys are busy. We hope you all have a fantastic New Year's. Be safe. Divide by 4. And let's welcome in 2018, and we'll be back on the bandwagon and back ready to bring you another podcast next week.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, guys.